Hi guys, welcome back. This is Professor Hank. In this video, we're going to talk about another feature that was introduced in C++14 that you may have forgotten about or never learned in the first place. Specifically, we're going to talk about return type deduction. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's dig into it. So, got my Visual Studio here. How many times has this happened to you? You're trying to write a function, say you're going to write a function that's going to add a couple of numbers. All right, so you create your function and, we'll call this add numbers or something like that. And you're like, okay, well, numbers have got decimal places. So, we'll create a couple of parameters because we're going to add two numbers together. And then we're going to return the sum of those numbers. Okay, so then you're in your main and you decide, okay, fine. I'm going to create my variable here. And I'm going to store the sum, okay, and then you call your function and you pass it a couple of numbers, right? And then you're like, cool, I'm gonna, maybe do some other code, ask the user for the numbers, whatever. Then you display, you want to go display the sum, right? That your function added up to whatever value that it returned, okay? And you look at it and you're like, wait a minute, why does that say 5? 4.2 and 1.3 should be 5.5. Why is this wrong? Oh, well, I guess I have to go bug my professor because I can't figure this out. Why did this happen? Well, the reason that it happened is because, sure, your parameter list was correct, right? And you had two doubles and you added them up and the sum of two doubles is a double. But here's the problem. Ding, 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 right there, right? So the return type is int. So you returned your double as an int, and as you know, ints don't have decimal places. So you lost the decimal places, and what was stored in the sum variable was 5, okay? Because that's what was returned by the function. So return type deduction is a good way of avoiding this ever happening to you ever again, right? It's a way of avoiding silly mistakes like this. So if instead of having a return type of int, right, the correct thing to do would have been to do double, right? To remember to do that. But new students, they forget that all the time, right? And it's easy to forget even when you're not a new student. So C++14, they allowed you to use the auto keyword for the return type. Okay, and now you don't have to worry about that anymore, right? So you can see 5.5. So how did it know to return as a double? Well, because the value that's returned is what's used to deduce what the return type is for add numbers. Okay, so a double plus a double is a double. So that's what was stored or what was returned by add numbers and placed in sum. Now, there's a couple of restrictions on this, and you can only use it in certain ways. For example, if you had two return statements, okay, they both have to return the same type of value. So, for example, if I had an if statement and I had one that was return 66, okay, and then I had another return statement that was returning a plus b. Okay, well now we have a problem because the compiler can't tell what should this be actually returning. Should it be doing an integer or should it be doing the sum of two doubles, right? So that is a problem. You can use the return type deduction in a recursive function, but the recursive call itself has to be preceded by at least one return statement. Okay, so in this way, the deduction can happen. So, for example, if we were going to have a factorial function, something like this, okay, and we have our recursive call. We'd say something like if n is equal to 0, we'll return 1, right? Otherwise, return n times fact of n minus 1. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, but you have to see, because there's integers here and this return statement comes before the recursive call, then that's okay. That's acceptable. Okay, it is in fact doable. As a matter of fact, we'll test it. Okay, and we'll go ahead and build it and run it. So there's your value returned, right? So that's everything. We got just a quick one for you here. There's a lot of little things like this in C++ 14. A lot of it was bug fixes, enhancements, and little just quality of life features. All right, so that's going to bring this video to a close. If you're a student of mine, as always, please feel free. Shoot me an email, stop by my office hours, hit me up on Zoom. And if you thought the video was useful, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you thought the video sucked, then you got the thumbs down as well. Feel free to leave comments and support the channel in multiple ways. Join as a subscriber, join as a membership with perks for as low as 99 cents a month. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.